All right, Troy Scheffler, let's talk about you here. You are running as an America First candidate.
Americans first.
Is it really Americans
Everybody
first?
gets it wrong, yeah.
Well, you know why.
I get it. And there was a little play on words there and everything else. But I'm a populist and a nationalist. So it's like America would include a lot of things.
Why don't you put
Americans, I want to include the people first.
Oh, gotcha. Should have been apostrophe America first. That would have been much better. All right, so you got ballot signatures back in June during the filing period. You're on the ballot in House District 6 something?
6 Bravo.
6 Bravo. Okay. You know, every 10 years they change the districts. I have them all recognized by heart until they change them. So I couldn't remember exactly what it was. It used to be 10. So 6.
Yeah, Brainerd Lakes area.
Gotcha. Okay. You're going up against a Democrat and Representative Josh Heintzeman. You know, my joke right there should have been the Democrat's name and go, you're going up against a Democrat and the... I wasn't prepared for that one.
Democrat.
That was bad. Yeah. Okay. No, Heintzeman, he votes for a lot of bad stuff. No doubt about it. Heintzeman's been... I knew Heintzeman going back 10 years ago, you know. I mean, he certainly was conservative back then. You know, things happen to people at the Capitol. Boy, he's so goofy. He literally door-knocked Eric Mortensen's wife back in the 2022 primary, trying to convince her to vote for his primary opponent. We've shown that video multiple times on this show. Goofy dude. All right, but it's been getting really interesting up there. You guys are 2.5 hours north of us, so it's not like we know all the dynamics. You're running against them. All of a sudden, Star Tribune has an article. This is the C1 Dawson. And apparently the Pequot Lakes police chief says Representative Josh Heintzeman pressured him for support. What is going on here? You're mentioned many times in this article.
Well, according to Josh's own words, he's really upset that I'm running as an independent, and obviously being a nationalist, I'm going to tend to attract more Republican-type voters. And he's very concerned that I'll split the vote enough to where the Democrat's going to get elected. Chief Davis ended up signing my petition to get on the ballot as an independent.
When you say that, you're just going around, you got to gather 500 signatures. Right?
Exactly, yeah. To get
Anyone can sign it. That's a legal voter in Minnesota.
Absolutely.
Okay? Well, some people sign these things because...
You have to be in 6B to sign
Well, sorry, a legal voter in 6B. And anyone could sign these things, even if they don't vote for you in the election.
Exactly.
It's just maybe we should allow options. Maybe this person asked very nice, you know, a lot of us Girl Scouts come to the door and you're like, sure, I'll buy cookies. I'm on a diet, or I really don't want to eat the cookies, but I'll buy the cookies from. Like, to me, I don't look at this at all, you know, as a political operative, that like this even makes a big difference. But apparently Heintzeman did think this was a big deal.
Yeah, he was very offended by it. He thinks he has a monopoly on law enforcement. He touts around the MPPOA endorsement.
But hold on. This police chief hasn't actually endorsed you. All he did was signed a petition to say, yeah, you should be able to be a candidate on the ballot.
Well, you've met Josh, haven't you?
Yeah, I know.
The guys.
Well, my audience hasn't all met him, but I'm just trying to say, like, it's not a crazy...
He's got a big head, metaphorically and physically. So, I mean, did I say that out loud? But yeah, he's very arrogant. In fact, that's probably the most common description I get: smug, arrogant, and I haven't really heard of a description of him otherwise. So when he sees a public official that is even going to acknowledge me, that infuriates him. And
how does he know that he signed a petition? Like, where does he get this information from?
Well, that's why I got 600 signatures instead of 500. 500 is the legal amount to get on the ballot. I knew Josh would pull my signatures from the Secretary of State because they're public.
Okay.
And that's exactly what he did. So then he started calling names off of that.
So think about this. These are people, just regular Joes, signing a petition. It's politics. And he's downloading that information and then using that. Is that legal? I know you can't do this with like financial records. So is this even legal to do that?
Well, technically speaking, I mean, it's legal to get the signatures.
No, I'm saying to actually use that list.
But to use the list for campaign purposes, you're saying?
Well, it's certainly unethical, but that's
You don't know
what else is new.
I mean, it might actually be illegal. I don't know.
The illegal portion is when you're calling those people that actually signed it and said, you better be voting for me or else.
He's harassing them. Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, that's where the illegality comes into play.
Because he got it from that list. I mean,
Right.
obviously, as a candidate, he can
Well,
make
it's voter intimidation.
Right, and that's the
You
law.
can't
Which
do
is
that.
the law, yeah.
That's the law.
Right.
It's illegal.
So in Josh's case, he was calling his police chief saying, well, wait, you're going to split the vote. You got to support me, and so on and so forth. And then the chief was like, well, wait, not going to tell me what to do, essentially. And Josh was even more infuriated. So he started calling the mayor, the city administrator, telling them that they need to talk to him. He called the Chiefs Association head, said the same thing. And the entire time he's throwing around that, oh, I'm a House rep.
Yeah.
So he's using his official position to bully people into getting them to then ultimately bully the chief.
What's the end game for him here? Do you have any idea? Like, is he trying to get this guy fired? Because you can't revoke the signature. They've already accepted the petitions.
Well, that's the interesting thing. When kind of his shtick initially, and even with the chief, was he would call these people and start asking, oh, no, you were just kidding, right? You were just kidding when you signed that. And I think his idea, the gambit, was to get people to say, oh, yeah, I was just kidding.
Oh, use it against.
Yeah, shame them into getting
the
them,
big strategy?
and then say, oh, here we go. We got to strike that signature, and then he would get me.
This is the guy running the HRCC. That's a strategy right there.
Well, there it is. So, yeah, I mean, it was he laid it on thick with the chief, and the chief didn't buckle. And, I mean, really, there's got to be a lot of credit given to this guy, and I'd implore anybody that's watching this, or you guys or whatever, to send that chief an email saying thanks for actually stepping up, because it takes a lot for, and you guys know, public officials many times, they don't want to they don't want to rock the boat,
Oh, yeah.
they don't want to do this and that, they don't want to get involved, but he did the right thing.
Right.
And he did sign the affidavit saying that Heintzeman was doing all this stuff, and initiated the Office of Administrative Hearings complaint, and ultimately it could result in prosecution, but we can only hope.
Well, and you're right about an ethical conduct. I mean, I think once again, voters can make their decision here. I mean, I guess Heintzeman just doesn't like competition. I mean, who would want more competition? Geez, failed candidate's very hot on the Rumble rants today.
Yep. $5 Rumble Rant Phil Cannon says Heintzeman is an angry and psychotic little troll.
Okay, can you fact check that? Is he
Fact check. That checks out. That checks out.
We're
Fact
going to
check.
CBS
Check
News right now. What? Oh, they confirmed it. All right. So, did you file the complaint with the Office of Administration hearing, or was it? I'm losing his name here because I'm getting the paywall on Star Tribune.
Chief Davis.
Chief, yeah. What's Davis's first name? Because I want to get
Mike.
into. Okay, so Mike Davis. Did he actually file this complaint, or you just were privy to it and you did?
I filed it. I had heard about it from multiple sources. Then I had talked to the chief about it.
Well, one would maybe say this is election interference.
Not me.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, it is.
One might make that conclusion. Okay, so
And probable cause was found on one of the claims that you were bringing forward, right?
Right, prima facie probable cause. So the first hurdle, the actual probable cause hearing is going to be on the 15th to find full probable cause, and then he has an opportunity to present his witnesses and whatnot. I mean, there's already an affidavit from a police chief. There's going to be a police chiefs association, and he's quoted in the paper, and a few other people that are saying that they're going to attend the hearing. So as long as I can
hold on one
prove
second. I don't
what's in that prima facie finding.
I don't see this story in my Star Tribune voter guide today. Shoot. It's not that far.
Oh,
That
man.
Well, you got another one there, Jesse.
Just imagine voters have to be
this is a
informed.
musical tone too. You have to do it in music.
No, I'm not singing it, but Love Minnesota says, Oompa Loompa Doopity Doo, I've got a perfect puzzle for you. Oompa Loompa Doopity Doo, if you are wise, you'll listen to me.
I do actually. I'm gonna just be honest here for a second. Now, Bridget, I don't think would have done it. Okay. But I'm pretty certain this is the
Tushy
one
would've.
thing Tushy would have done
Tushy
better
probably
than you
would've.
guys in the comment section. If he was able to read it, he would actually sing that song. And he's actually got a damn good singing voice. He's a good musician. A lot of people don't know about that. All right. So Mike Davis has a brother, apparently. Police Chief Mike Davis of Pequot Lakes has a brother. Who's his brother?
His brother's Ben Davis of 6A.
Representative Ben Davis.
Exactly.
Yeah, like you say, Ben Davis. Oh, everyone knows that. Representative. So his brother is in the Republican House.
That's and
How-
Josh's housemate.
Is this what do you mean? It's because he's on the other
6A
side?
and
you're saying?
6B, yeah.
6B,
Oh, I was like, are they roommates too? Because
Yeah,
you know a lot
yeah.
of these guys room up. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, any idea? Do you have any inside? Actually, Tushy's going to be in our post show. Maybe he's got some insight on how that's going. But what is the talk inside the ranks at the Capitol right now? Like with this happening to his brother.
Well,
Do you want it now or you want it in the post show?
Do you have info on this? Okay, we'll save it for the post show because I bet Tushy's got some. Because Tushy's going to join us for the post show. That's the stuff you get. All right, I want to go to this story here, Troy. Let's pull this up. This is the the C2. This is a video you posted on Facebook. I want you to explain what's going on here.
Is there audio in this one?
Go ahead and play, Dawson. Pause it real quick. So in this video, you're looking at Josh Heintzeman on his side-by-side, right?
yes.
On a phone, it looks like.
Correct.
And then next to him is a sheriff's deputy? What is that?
He's a sergeant, but yeah, he works for the Crow Wing County Sheriff's
All
Department.
right, so set the stage for us. What's going on here, and why is this being filmed?
Okay, so Matthew Zinda was the person that primaried Josh under the Republican ticket.
Yep.
He found out that Josh had put just Republican down on his affidavit instead of the Republican Party of Minnesota. Apparently everyone does that somehow, and that makes it okay, but state law literally says you have to use the party name, and Republican isn't the party name. It just isn't. So he ended up filing a petition with the Supreme Court to get Josh taken off the ballot. These things go incredibly fast, and service needs to happen like now. And at this point, Zinda had got an initial order from the court, but that order said that order needs to be served within 6 hours to all the parties. So it has to go to all the candidates. It has to go to the Secretary of State. It has to go to the county elections head. And so it was just ultra scramble. Zinda had employed the sheriff's department and the police department and whoever else he could find to serve all these people so quickly. One of those people was me. So I ended up stopping by Josh's house to serve him the papers. So I'm over 18 and I'm not party to the action. And he was refusing to accept it via email. Everyone else took it by email. So he was already dodging service. So I stopped by his house, and he was hiding in his house, refusing to take the service, which is kind of funny because his endorsed candidate from the commissioner race in 2022, she ended up getting sued, and she was also dodging service and literally hid in her garage for over 20 minutes and shut the lights off. That's the video you should watch. It's pretty hilarious, but I digress. In any event, he wouldn't answer his door, so I left, and he ended up calling the police saying that there was a suspicious vehicle at his house. He knew damn well it was me. And I had texted and
So
emailed him.
he knows it's you, and he's using police resources.
And that's I make a comment to Cronquist, that's the deputy that showed up. I'm like, I'm like, what's up, man? And this guy, he's just wasting police resources. Don't sweat it. And
Okay, let's play out
talking.
that video then here, Dawson.
What's up, man? Oh, we got this guy that likes to waste law enforcement resources. 'Cause, 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 'c
Okay, so then he just takes off.
Right.
I don't
It
know what he
didn't
was
work
thinking he
out
was
as well
gonna
as
film.
he thought it was going to go better than that.
Did he actually get served then?
It turned out that the sheriff's office had just served him like a half an hour before.
Oh, okay.
And they hadn't told me yet.
Ah,
So, yeah, he ended up getting served, and the case went forward.
Okay,
But,
gotcha.
yeah, he was a little disappointed that backfired. And it was kind of odd because I ended up pulling the reports afterwards, and he was trying to claim that I was harassing him. It's like, well, what is it? Am I a suspicious vehicle, or am I harassing you? I mean, it can't really necessarily
yeah. I
be
mean,
both.
if I was trying to give the devil's due, like, there's a chance he doesn't know who this person is. I'm trying to live over here in my homestead. I want somebody coming up, but it just does seem goofy at the end that he just. It's as if he's disappointed in how the conversation's going. And he just bails.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And in fact, like I said, people were calling him. There was law enforcement asking him to take the service so they wouldn't have to waste their time. I emailed and texted him asking him just to take it by email. He refused to do that. So he knew he was getting served these papers, which is why he was dodging service. And that kind of goes back to a deal, the original petition getting served. He ended up lying to law enforcement that he wasn't home, but he said that he was on his excavator. And it's like, well, his excavator's at his house. And so they sent a squad out there, and yeah, lo and behold, the excavator was sitting right there. So Mr. I support law enforcement is totally okay with intimidating them and lying to them constantly.
Yeah.
So
in our last story today, we're going to talk about other misuse of government resources with legislators suing the government over
oh, that'll be
a bill
interesting.
she supported with her vote. But all right, so where does this thing stand? I mean, I feel like we're going to have you back on the show. We got, what, a month left? A little over a month left to go in this election. It seems like things are pretty spicy up in your area. So where's
they're going to get
where do things
spicy.
stand right now?
Well, the debate's coming up on
There's
the
a
11th.
debate?
Yeah, so
Really?
I encourage everyone to tune in.
Is it online somewhere?
Yeah, it's going to be PBS, Lakeland PBS.
Should
I
we do
believe
a
is
live
put-
stream of it, guys? What do you guys think?
A little watch
October
party.
11th, I
Let's
think.
do a
Watch party? This might be interesting.
Oh, yeah, it will
October
be.
11th, that's a Friday night.
Friday.
Yeah.
They're
Yep,
doing
I
a
think
debate
at
on a
7,
Friday night?
7 p.m., I believe. is when
7
they're
p.m.
gonna
on a Friday night? Really?
Yeah, cracking some cold ones. And
I mean, Friday night. Oh, God, failed candidates added again. So let's go. We got a rumble rant from failed
Yep.
candidates.
Well,
I'm
Dollar
kind of
rubber
liking this guy. So
Yeah. It says Heintzeman is a low integrity little bitch who has to film all interactions with people. What a cuck. I thought the same thing, to sit there and film it like that, it's obviously to try to intimidate you, to try to intimidate the officer into doing what he wants. But yeah, I mean, then he just drives away at the end. I mean, it shows that, like you said, he's wasting their time, wasting the resources of the county. And yeah, I mean, for him to drive off like that, it shows the kind of person he is.
Last time I talked to him on the phone, he started yelling at me because he's like, "You're probably recording this." I'm like, "You mean like you do to everybody?"
Yeah, apparently he does
Yeah.
that a lot.
oh yeah, no, he totally does. Yeah.
Yeah,
then he
Terry
hung up
Time
on
says
me.
Heintzeman called me once and yelled at me. So it sounds like people are.
Let's tell your story about Josh Heintzeman. By the way, we haven't even. I think we showed the video last show, but him door knocking Carrie Mortensen, asking for her to vote for Bob Lunan, her husband's opponent in the primary. And that's who this guy is. Oh man! All right, so you got a debate on October 11th. Man, that is so. All right, we have to. I'm going to be watching, probably not live because Friday night. Jeez, I got a life here.
Oh come on, it'll be fun.
Yeah, it will be fun.
Like I said, watch party, some beers and everything else. There's
hunting.
going to be sparks, guaranteed. If he shows.
Oh, middle of